What's up, everyone? Josh from Extreme Truck and Auto. I got a bit of a project ahead of me. We're going to be working on the boss's Jeep that he's going to be giving to his daughter. We went ahead and got it back from our wrap people. They killed it. What we have for us to do is a pile of shenanigans there, light bars, dynamic pod lights, everything else like that. We do have this sweet grill from XK Glow that we got to wire in and rewire the rock lights and everything into the trigger 6-shooter, which we have over here in this pile. That is also going to be going into this Jeep. We've got bumpers and stuff in the spray booth. It's going to be quite the project. We're going to get into it and I'll kind of let you know everything as we go along. So the first thing starting out that we're going to do is we're going to tear all of the pre-existing light wiring and everything out, because actually the modules that control the RGB and all that to the rock lights and the headlights is in my way of installing the 6-shooter. So I'm going to get that taken care of, get that out, and then get ready to install the trigger system into the Jeep. Got both of our modules removed. The other one is right there with the headlights because we're replacing those with the exact same thing. But the rock light module is now up over there out of our way. So what I'm going to do is we got the JK specific brackets for the trigger system. The system itself is going to mount in between the battery right here on a plate. It comes with a little wing nut so you can remove it as needed. And then up inside right above the rear view mirror is where the switches are going to mount. Love these trigger systems. I run it on my Jeep. Boss's daughter is now going to be running it on her Jeep, and I try to sell them all the time that I can. It simplifies wiring. It gives you a cool app to kind of control everything, choose the brightness, strobe, whatever you need to do. And then on the 6-shooter, it's got a couple different extra options. One is you can set it up to notify you if your battery voltage is getting low while you're running your lights. And then the second thing is you can actually set it up to turn off the auxiliary lights at a certain voltage as well. So if you use it for overlanding or anything like that where you're going to be running the lights, you'll at least know that you need to start your vehicle, or it'll shut it off. That way you don't drain your battery all the way down and you can start your vehicle again. So like I said, highly recommend those things. We're going to get on to getting this installed. Got our 6-shooter installed. Little wing nut here, comes with a bracket. You just bolt the 6-shooter itself to there. Now one thing I went ahead and did is labeled all of the wires coming out of it with what number of switch it goes to, so that way I don't have to keep removing and installing the 6-shooter module. So that's just an ease of life thing that I decided to do. Now I do have a video on how to install this. I'll put that up above so that way you guys can click on that if you want to see how to install one of these. But the way we're going to do it on this one is we're going to run power and ground, and then the yellow wire itself is going to go to the ignition source, which I'm going to pull from this fuse block right here. What I've got planned is I'm going to get the headlights installed along with the new grill. I'm working out all the switchback wiring and whatnot. I'm also going to make it so that way there's disconnects. So if you ever need to pull the grill, you're not dealing with wires that are hardwired into the Jeep itself. And then over here on the grill, we're going to run the wiring up and across to the passenger side where the controller and everything will be. That way it's closer to the trigger system and whatnot up under the hood. We've pulled the rear bumper because over here I've got the headlight rings that hold in the front headlights. I'm painting those currently. You can order black ones. We're just on a time crunch, so Plasti-Dip's going to be our friend on that. As for these bumpers and steps over here, we went ahead and sprayed them with our mil-spec bed liner, and then we cleared them with a clear that contains an ISO, so that way it'll hold and work with the bed liner. We did talk to mil-spec on that, and that's what they said they used. So we're going to give it a go on this and see how it all turns out. It looks really good right now. The color is really dark and deep. So after I get done with the wiring and stuff on the front of the Jeep, we're going to get the bumpers thrown on and then move on to the light bar that is getting installed in the Rough Country front bumper. I do have to make a custom mount because the Rough Country light bar sits actually kind of behind here on the mounts, and the one we ordered fits perfectly in here, so got to do a little bit of adjusting there. No problem. It's going to take a little bit, but when I get all this stuff sorted out, I'll get you guys pulled back in and we'll show you what we're doing next. So we got the rear DV8 bumper installed. This thing's looking really good. I like the way the bed liner goes with the forged carbon fiber wrap that we did on the fender flares. And then around over here, Don't mind the trash pile of shenanigans. We got the wiring all buttoned up on here coming out of the harness, keeping that nice and neat. And then up front, we've got our headlights in. So the next step is we're gonna be ripping the front bumper off, the fog lights out of the bumper, and then we're gonna be putting on the rough country bumper that's over there and messing with all that shenanigans. So it should be a good time. All right, we got a mess of wiring I gotta clean up over here. This side's all cleaned up. You can maybe see a couple of the wires running there, but the reason why I brought you guys back is we've got the trigger system. Once again, guys, awesome. We got the grill lights hooked up to this and the headlights. And then if you come over to the wheel well, we've got our rock lights installed on that as well. So it's all done wirelessly. I had a question the other day on if there was any lag. There is no lag when it comes to the switches. There is a little bit of lag when it comes to the application on your cell phone, but the cool thing about the application is if you're running light bars or anything like that, you can strobe them from that application and choose the brightness. I'm gonna get this wiring all cleaned up, and then we're gonna get into pulling the front bumper and messing with the light bar. We got the front all finished up. We got the light bar, all the RGB and everything wired in, so that's ready to go. And if we come around here, we're throwing on the steps right now, and then we're gonna move on to the back, pull the tire carrier off, put the factory hinges back on, covers, all that stuff, and then we will bring you guys back and we'll pretty much be done after the wheels and tires and a little bit more frame paint. All right, bit of a late night, but we got this project done. We got the XK Glow headlights, grill, and light bar. What's really cool about the light bar is you can change the level of the brightness of the light as well as its RGB, which is sweet. Then coming around, we've got the vinyl work that was done by the vinyl team. This thing turned out killer. We got our XK Glow rock lights up under each wheel. To the wheels and tires, we got the new Nitto Recon grapplers, the fuel flame wheels, and the platinum finish. I love these wheels. And then we got the True Spike lug nuts in the same purple as the vinyl. New door hinges, the steps have been sprayed, front and rear bumper have been sprayed and clear. And then coming around back, we've got the third brake light, the vinyl work all done on the back. All the windows have been tinted. We got D-rings. This thing has been hooked up. I hope she likes it because we've put a lot of hours into this. So that's it when it comes to this Jeep build. Hopefully you guys kind of like this little bit of a different video. It's more of like an overview of everything that was done. So if you want, give us a like and let us know what you think down in the comments below, but I'll catch you guys on the next one.